Hi, I'm Deb from Deb's Design.
But the oval frame, that is from the 1920s, and originally it had a picture of my mom as a little girl with her parents in that frame. So that's a special antique for me that I have, and I love to display it in different ways in the home. And maybe a little cluttered, but I actually like it. Those shoe anvils there, one is thrifted and one was my dad's. And you'll see there some very old books. Those were some books that they're encyclopedias for how to raise a child. And here is an old wooden measuring stick. Now the basket it's in is new. The pot or the vessel behind it there to the right, it is new. But again, I used baking soda and different colors of paint to give it some texture and make it a little bit different age. And you have an old door knob. That one's from an antique store. So it's just interesting. I love to add, just like the doorknob there, just a little touch of something vintage and antique next to. So I have 3 or 4 of those, all of the crown crocks. And different times of year, I have different items in it. In the winter, I put little sticks of wood in there, or pine cones to go, for the fire. So you can just see from that how to mix things that just have a touch of old nostalgia feeling. If we look at the coffee table, still with the Easter, but just an example of, these eggs I've had a few years, but nothing old. And then here is a fossil. Now that's very old. And I like to have things like that on display. As we sit on the couch, we can just look, and it's interesting. This is a very cool book. It's Poor Richard Almanac, and it was printed in 1906. So that's an antique. And the book below it is an electrician's book that my dad used probably in the 50s or 60s, and it has his original drawings for some work that he had done. Over on this table, you will see an old lamp. I thrifted, and the style actually is very popular right now, but I don't really go, sometimes the trends work for me, but that's not what I usually go for. I usually just go with things that I like. And whatever you like, if you put them together long enough, you will end up with things that you're happy around. I put a little fence in the backyard and wanted to change up this wall, so I just took a section of that fence and hung it there. I think it goes nicely with what I have up here on the mantle to tie that all together. And then over here, I want to talk about this I have some plants, but down here I have an antique, and this is a nice it's actually a doll clothes dresser. My grandfather worked in a furniture factory in North Carolina, and so when my mom, who was born in 1921, when she was a little girl, he made her this little dresser to put her doll clothes. At one time it had a mirror in the back. So this is important to me. There's her picture when she was in 1st grade. So just sentimental value with this little dresser. But with all the different things that I have that do add some sentimental value, makes it a place that I like to call home. Here we can see just by this little stool, this is a older piece that swivels and was gifted to me. Not the other lamp of that pair. Now these books are Congress. They are from 1861 to 1881. That was special antique books that my husband had bought. So there's just different things through my house. There's lots of new things, but a mixture of old. And it just helps me feel comfortable here because the old gives you a sense of stability and remembering the past. I know it's not trendy right now to have these lower cabinets and things on top, but like I said, I don't follow trends, but I do have a house that's built this way. So I like to put things up there that I like. I have my Faltzgraft ironstone and collection of rolling pins and another crock that fits that set that I've already shown you with just old things that I have collected. If things aren't old, I still appreciate homemade and unique items. This little thing that I'm using for a planter here is actually it's a butter mold from a churn that many years before I was born, my mom used to make butter in a churn, believe it or not. And here is her churn. Now, I painted it, but there's a little paddle there that she used to get the butter out. And so I used over here part of that little mold that was in, that she would put the butter in as a little thing for, or a pot for little, you know, those are faux plants. Some of them are real. My pearls here, those are definitely real. And here again, some more Faltzgraft ironstone, and this is more another part of the churn that's goes at the end of the stick to help make the butter. I hope some of the things that I've shared with you today can be an inspiration to you to fill your home with things that you like and that you are comfortable with. It's okay to mix old and new. The main goal is that you love your home, and it's a place that you can feel comfort and happiness when you come home at the end of a hard day. Thank you. Watch next time to see what else we do. I think it's time to change up some of this decor and go maybe a little bit more into summer.
Thank you so much for joining me today. Please contact me and let me know if you decorate with antiques and vintage items. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.